Man, nobody can see your pretty face.
Oh, the camera missed it.
Yep.
No, it's recorded. It's just not.
Yeah, it just didn't catch the bite of my shoulder.
Hello and welcome back to the insanity that is By the Dice. When you're done dying over there in the corner,
Oh, ADHD impulse is a wonderful thing.
we've been hanging out for a little bit,
Right,
and as a
Robin.
result, goofiness happens, and Pudgy did a thing that made it. What did you do, by the
I
way?
didn't do
Nothing!
anything. I was sitting here and I was looking at my item list, and the next thing I know, my shoulder got bit, and I was like, huh?
I was just sitting here like snuggling up, and then all of a sudden was just like, I need to bite. ADHD impulse.
That's a terrible impulse that could land you in a hoodwink of trouble in the long run of things.
And then I was like, what the fuck am I at? Because I'm cursing myself out.
Well, it's a good
Oh,
thing
so
I was
that's what the
single,
laughter is,
otherwise my
because you-
girlfriend would be pissed.
I'm kind of planning on being chronically single at this point in my universe. Seems like a wonderful way to go because everything that I watch about relationships in my life, yes, honey, everybody's being wing nuts.
Chronically committed.
Anyway, composure. Announcements.
Thank you as always to Ripped Reptiles, the local Scaly Babies Rescue, for continued provisions of printer ink and paper when not provided by other members of this group.
Because Thomas has really been working hard at making sure that we have character sheets, which is a nightmare some days. By the way, whoever prints the fastest gets the most. Inspiration points, not this session, or not next session because we're in Alewood, but next session. Because I'm not going to obligate another DM to my own dealings. I need character sheets for some NPCs while we're at it, and the problem is that right now with the way we've been rotating in and out of characters and people needing new ones because they've erased or burned through their old ones, my fault. The fact of the matter is that I have some NPCs that I need to fully flesh out. If somebody can find a monster sheet for me, Thomas, you play 2.0, you know what I'm talking about. A blank sheet that makes it so you can create your own monster and have all the stat blocks, abilities, and shit where you can look at them.
Yeah.
I need one of those at some point in the universe before you all get to the end boss dragon so I can have it all written down in a way I can play it out right.
Okay.
Person who gets that one to me gets 5 inspiration points that carry over until I'm bored with it. Which means that you can basically give yourself advantage on any roll, even if I tell you disadvantage, and I can basically go, oh. Or you can burn 3 of them, and you can make a no answer a yes.
How many times?
Once.
Oh, 5.
So it better be a really good no answer that you're turning, yo. Oh. Oh, she's fine.
No, the problem is that John will let you seduce the dragon.
She's playing with a joint tube. She's fine.
Okay, I was just making sure.
It wasn't the cord.
Yeah.
No, she's also on catnip. So,
I just don't know
May,
about
you're
that
closest without having to get it in too much of the camera. Can you go poke her in the butt so she'll move out from behind there?
Catnip can often equal zoomies.
I forgot we were on camera.
Good.
Good. That's the plan.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Just this your ass.
That's because she did what Dad told her to, and that's just... Oh, God, Dad brought reinforcements. Thank you. Don't worry. She'll let you pet her still. You already know. She's a spoiled brat. Come here, baby. I'm not stretching. Fuck you.
So we
So-
just all just kind of gathered around the corpse still.
Kind of, yes. You've noticed that Wisp actually started off by pulling himself how many scales?
50.
He pulled 50 scales, so roughly a 5-foot patch of this dragon has been removed.
And they got
From
the
his tail.
Then she has the heart, which no, we gave it to.
Tiamat. Now, there are a large number of other things that one could consider. I need Arcana checks from anybody who's actually studying this dragon. You are inside right now. Please disregard what I'm saying currently. We will get to you in a very short moment, I promise.
Okay. Thank you.
But yes, the party last time had killed the dragon that was actually trying to aid and abet them in their chicanery and fuckery most foul. Even though it's a gold dragon, they'd managed to convince it to help them, which was kind of awesome because I even missed having to make them roll because of how slick they did it.
I got 15 on Arcana.
Arcana, that's high enough, don't worry about it. Okay. 17? Cool.
9.
Do I even roll?
Oblivious.
No, we're not here yet.
We're gonna put it in there, but
Life happens. Every now and then, even the most proficient person will fuck up.
that fighter last night. I mean, like, you got how do you just that low with initiative?
Mom.
Right? When you're the tank?
This is actually junk.
Okay.
No, that's mine.
No, I don't have any of that color. If it was anybody else's, it would have been Pudgy's. Okay, so.
I gotta roll Arcana, don't I?
Sure you do. Every last person who's... Alright, and while you all are figuring that out, I want you to hold your numbers. Deep into the castle. A little while, like I said. Don't worry, I'll get to you very shortly. Alex, by the way, will be joining our crew of merry and messed up miscreants. Because ain't one of you quite right. What's your character's name, by the way? I need to know. Spell it how?
Derivative.
Crivative? Do you go by something short?
Crib.
Yeah.
Criv? Okay, so, Criv?
Or Crive.
Crive? Which do you like better as a player?
Crive.
Then that's what you are. Crive. You came here with your friend Matilda. She is half goblin, or I'm sorry, half orc, half gnome. So she kind of looks like an overgrown goblin with more humanoid and soft features. But she's been like one of your study mates when you were living in Kastara, which would be the town that everybody was nearest to before you went through a teleportation scroll. They used the teleportation scroll to command you or to transport you on a job. You are guaranteed access. And what was the salary that you guys agreed to pay Matilda and the people she could find, by the way? Who noted that? One of you did. I didn't.
I did.
Well, you have the notes on you, don't you?
I do. I have my photo backup because all of my paperwork fell out of my binder, so I took pictures of everything.
Well, that's helpful, and thank you.
Yeah.
And this is how to be a good player, by the way, because, I test people on their notes. Whatever's in your notes is what stays permanent and canon. Everything else is non-existent. Because I have a shite memory until it's recorded.
We agreed to...
Just the honest about it, right?
We agreed to an overall job equivalence of 100 platinum between everyone.
Okay, so you would be being paid the equivalent to about 300 gold for the job that you were offered. As somebody who had been apprenticed out and was in their journeyman as, okay, so you're a sorcerer, correct? What's your background? What kind of trade have you learned?
Yeah, like,
What does that mean?
Like,
What job were you doing?
the person who recruited you, Matilda, is a blacksmith. She is the most renowned blacksmith in town's apprentice. She is very skilled, very capable, and well above what one would consider a level 1. She'd be the equivalent to like a level 9 blacksmith. You, as a sorcerer, were you working enchanting for her? Were you working helping to identify things for her?
Enchanting.
Enchanting?
No, you pick enchanting? Look at your sheet.
Well,
Did we write it
it's a
down?
job. It can be whatever is in the imagination. I'm not going to worry about that part. All right, so you've been working down here in this is a wizard's tower that you were transported to. Not only that, but you were greeted by a gold dragon. This dragon has been very hospitable towards you. It has made sure that you were not only fed at the level of what you were as somebody who was working for an apprentice, helping them with furthering their own trade, which would have been the equivalent to about 20 gold a month, so you could have lived quite
No,
comfortably.
you-
Magic's expensive. You banked on your good points. Probability to you on that. So we would say that I need you to do me a favor while you're playing with his character sheet. Add about 85 gold to his cash. Some things are player choice based. If you had chosen a different thing, it probably would have been a different amount. Could have been less, could have been more. Who knows? Depends on how valuable it is.
I just like enchanting stuff.
Well, if you like enchanting things, that means that you're going to know that you know that this takes time, it takes energy, and it takes your focus. So you've been enchanting for this woman for a while, but at the same time you know how to recognize what is and is not. I also needed a advantage on, as a skill set, so as a miscellaneous thing, advantage on rolls to identify and magical qualities. So when you make your Arcana checks for that particular thing, you have advantage on it based solely off that choice because it makes sense.
Advantage on rolls of identification.
Yes, thank you for shortening it. I've been drinking. We've been chilling.
So I
Life
should make him
happens.
proficient in that. Insight.
No, we're giving him an advantage, which is actually even better.
Okay, so.
Okay, so you know as a player, advantage means that you take 2 d20s, you roll them and take the highest number any time. So if you roll a 1 and a 20, what would have been a failure is a success.
I rolled a 2 and I think a 19.
Exactly.
Close
So
enough.
if you plus your Arcana bonus from the character sheet, which Thomas you have currently.
Yep.
Arcana bonus is a +1.
Okay, so
But
that
no,
would have
plus
made you
5.
that would give you what would be called the dirty 20 if you did that in where there was an actual roll called for. Plus proficiency, so 5.
4.
So that would have plus 4, so that would have been a 23, which would definitely get you through most things unless it's a really difficult thing to figure out. See, ergo, like identifying what enchantments are is just something that comes to you naturally as somebody who likes to do so. Is what happens. Logically, it makes sense, agreed?
Yeah.
So yes, as a DM, I will modify your character, but only in ways that'll make sense to benefit you as a player most of the time, unless people do dumb things like sell their souls.
You say it's dumb.
Look, I failed the
Well,
wisdom
you're welcome to
save,
beg
my
to
guy.
differ, and we'll see how that works out for you, and same for you.
Right.
I rolled the save against it. I
I'm gonna
failed.
try to wait till
I
level
know.
18 so that I can get my wings normally.
You know, that's something you get as a wizard. Sorry.
14, and you're at 9 now, so it's 5 levels, and not that bad.
Till I get my wings?
I believe it's level 14 for if you go
Yeah.
pure sorcerer. So yeah, if you're level 9 right now, that means that you've got 5 levels, not as hard of a grind, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so I just made him an enchanting artisan and gave him a buff. Had to do that. So,
Thank you.
there you go, bud.
Appreciate you greatly.
Put these back right here.
We have to fulfill this whole fucking bloody contract in order to get his wings.
Well, maybe.
Oh wait, you see, he has some other things that he's been talking with me about as probabilities because he asked me out of time and out of character, and he knows what he'd have to do to make that permanent forever
He might wander
and
off.
still keep control of his character. By the way, that's the real catch. You will lose control of your character if you fail any of those rolls, and it will suddenly become a monster that's on my end. And you get to figure out a way to re-roll something new, so make sure you have a backup before you go there.
Oh, I'm gonna do something.
Oh my lord.
Before the orphanage happens, you need a backup character just in case you nat one. It's an honest trade.
I got a character that I want to play, so it's gotta level his ass up. So.
Cool, we're good. Anyway,
When
I just...
John's the DM, keep your backup character level.
Only because I make it make sense. If I was just out there to kill your characters, I'd be an asshole. And let's face it, I really don't want to kill them otherwise. Ronan would be dead by now. If I was constantly aiming to kill you guys, no.
Kalora would have been annihilated a long time ago.
Uh-huh.
Particularly when Anaya said...
Charge into the fucking wall of disintegration.
I was gonna say particularly when I looked at you and said, please kill my character.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
And you tried! But I wouldn't let her.
Anyway, so back to where we are in reality, the recap all being done, all the fuckery, most foul, and backstage things that we've been playing with going on. And yes, I have actually checked for everybody who's keeping track as to whether or not Wisp wants something, and it turns out that Wisp is actually a very go with the flow in the moment type of Tabaxi. Excuse me, I've been looking at fucking Skyrim too long.
Because you've had fun with you,
Right.
Yeah, but as a Tabaxi, Wisp is the go with the flow type of individual. And as a result, Wisp is kind of just cool with flowing with the Caloris gone evil, and this is cool.
Kalora lost her shit.
No, like, Pudgy, did we not talk about this recently
Yeah,
in
we
the
talked
week?
about it.
And that's what you told me about it, because I really tried.
I
I
told
did.
you flat out that like Wisp is kind of like me. You're just going with the flow right now. There might be some changes in the future, but right now Wisp is just going with the flow.
Okay, so in front of a dragon carcass and back to the person in the bowels of the tower itself, you've been surrounded by books and apparatus and miscellaneous magical objects. Some of them you are
Not the
not
whole
even sure
tray.
what the hell this
Plate.
wingnut. All you know for a fact is that you are in quote unquote Necromancer Barbie's tower. Copyright and TM to one Jordan F. Horton. She is the person who named that one for this particular campaign. As such, I will give her all credits and props. And that is the last time I will do that because it has now been credited for all perpetuity and any time that happens. And I just went wingnut with your tower because you weren't here to talk about it. Reasons withstanding perpetually.
Moving forward.
Thank you. So, you are in the Necromancer Barbie's tower. Like, quite literally, if you picture somebody who is all, I'm the perfect girl in the perfect world Barbie, being a necromancer and researching her own immortality before fucking up and ending up cursing her entire party
Mm-hmm.
to perpetually reincarnate every time that they die, including one of the people that you know you were hired by, one person that goes by the name of Ronan. You've been given names by Matilda, so please, names to the people other than Wisp, because you just got back.
Yep.
You're my ace in the hole for a minute.
Torin.
You're new, so they don't know your name. You were hired after, so they don't know you. You would know Ronan, Torin, and Kalora. So an Aarakocra, a more eagle-looking bird-type person. This one in particular has a perpetually singed set of feathers. And you did notice, actually go ahead and roll perception on your character sheet for me.
This one?
The D20 is.
D20 plus your perception bonus on your character sheet.
Yeah.
Where would my perception bonus
It'd be
be?
under
A
your
to Z
skills.
under scales, P for perception.
Skills
Down there,
bonus.
bud. Bigger one. Where your thumbs at?
This one?
Let's see, P for perception.
Yeah, you want that where you can read it and know it.
Superman curl.
What's the number where your thumb was at?
Perception is that one, plus one.
Right. And then
12.
to the bottom.
Okay, so yeah, that's actually high enough. It's only a DC 10.
Yeah.
Where was I, please? My brain skipped.
We're-
You
You know,
wanted
that's
me
three.
to roll a perception check.
For
I
Kalora.
don't know.
Kalora.
Yes.
Okay, so you would know that the person, one of the people who hired you was an Aarakocra. These are these are bird people. Another who hired you is,
They would know me because I was the one who did all the recruiting.
yes, you actually had seen the mob of individuals, which by the way, that backup of yours,
Naima.
what do they look like? I need a full mock-up on their personality and shit, and you're just gonna have to flow with me if you ever die.
All credits to Critical Role, Stripper Grog. Stripper Grog.
Stripper Grog?
Yes.
Okay, so
Same race.
one of the people that was hired was an incredibly slutty, like on the scale of 1 to whore, makes it an 11.10.
Okay.
So the big Paris Hilton look okay?
Jeez.
Makes Paris Hilton from fucking Repo the Genetic Opera look ugly.
But she's not sloppy.
Well, Paris Hilton from Repo the Genetic Opera was hotter than all hell. Anybody want to argue that with me?
No.
No, I'm just
I'm
saying,
like,
Naima, while being very slutty in her
Yeah,
dress
I-
and like outward portrayal, is
still.
not sloppy and
Repo?
messy.
I mean, Repo itself, yeah, it hurt, and not so much.
No, but her during Repo,
Nah.
My dice trail.
It didn't do anything for me.
I didn't mind her playing Amber Sweet.
It didn't do anything for me.
If you need to play with anybody,
Everything gets blown.
I enjoyed watching her face fall
Well,
off.
she had black hair and was a goth girl for Repo the Genetic Opera.
I know.
I got a lot of powder.
Suffer.
I am because I like it.
Here, but it's not mine.
No, let's
I've been
try
having
any of our
very
other
good
books, because if you're gonna need to
Because Zytrate comes in a little glass
This one's
vial.
the first dice tray.
And that was not in character, by the way.
Good, thank you.
Always learn to specify.
So, deep down in that tower, you would hear
Yank it.
alarms start to go off, and a voice, like weird alarms. They sound kind of like the screams of 1,000 dying souls. Yes. Perfect. I like him more and more. Enough. But as a result,
Mom.
what you find is that then in a very feminine and very respectable voice, the inheritor has died.
Do we hear this?
You would hear the screams as the dragon dies and as you rip out the parts you already have before we ended session last.
No, do we hear the inheritor is died?
The inheritor has died.
I'm gonna run towards that noise and I'm gonna see if I can't control.
Okay, I need you to roll a perception check. Are you doing this blindly?
No.
Okay, fine. You make it through the door. Don't roll about it.
That's 20.
Alright, so you barrel in through the doors. You actually manage to, you watch this most graceful thing. You watch him hook the handle latch doorknob that pulls downward like you would expect from an egocentric Barbie wizard. And what you would see at this point is Torin, who is, describe your character so that the newest person at our insanity can understand what you look like.
I'm a little over 6 foot tall, Dragonborn. Bronze dragon, but you are starting to see parts of my scales and stuff turn red. And different, I think red and black and a couple other colors.
Yeah, you're kind of starting to pearlesce in the full spectrum of chromatic dragons.
I have 2 horns that basically follow my skull down, and I have basically braids with trophies and trinkets in it from my hunts and my kills.
Which would be things like what?
Trinket wise, probably just something that caught my eye when I caught a bounty or take something off the person. There would probably be the ones that really pissed me off. Probably be like a couple years, like just in a couple of braids that it really just fucking got my goat. It might be a thing or two that I cut off.
Okay, roll a percentile for me. 25 or higher.
94,
Okay, I need you to roll a d8.
3.
There are 3 penises hanging from your dreads.
Yes.
One's a goblin, one's an orc, and one's a troll. You have a really bad habit of hunting orc
Oh yeah.
kindred. and goblinoids. So there you go. So you would actually see one would be about yay. One would be about yay, half orc, and the other, you're not sure where the dread stops and the schlong begins. I have parental consent for anybody who's watching this at home to use this language. There's the parent.
Yes.
Yep.
And the other parent and the babysitter, the other parent in this home and the babysitter is there, and you've already informed me of what you're watching and viewing limitations are, so I know I'm within the bounds.
No sex. That's the only thing I can't
Okay,
hear
so
or
yeah,
watch.
you see a schlong, like baby's arm. Well, no,
Like
my arm holding a small melon, like a 2 pound
Baby's
tomato.
arm holding an apple.
No, think my arm holding a 2 pound tomato.
That's more like me.
Every time you brag about it, it shrinks.
That's still a lot to drink and to make manageable, so it's fine.
Right, at that point, you are never going to meet a partner, including a horse.
I mean, if that were true.
Oh, did you hear about that guy?
I
That
would
is
have
actually
walked
hanging
out.
from. Now, to be
Yes.
fair, in the case
That's
of
her
now,
partner.
to be fair for physics, and I'm sorry, Thomas, this one particular
They're dried, so-
piece of anatomy that has been kept as a shriveled and dried, so it looks almost like a walking cane, is bound by 3 of these scales and metal rings to hold it in place, because it probably would still weigh about 1.5 pounds, even dried and preserved properly.
That's why I always do
And
my
if you
business
swing
with
it, it's a bludgeoning weapon.
Yeah, it doesn't have this skill.
Oh no, it's like that perpetually. It's preserved, mummified. Alright. Jerky.
Gotcha, you done fucked me up with that unicorn horn, man.
I
For
mean,
those
the
of
inspiration
well,
of
actually
it.
no, because you're able to render in 4K as of recently. Yes, us. That means that they can totally see your unicorn horn pudgy. Go for it.
Alright, hang on. Let me just get the skill out here.
We can be dorks. So you would hear, but as while he's being a dork, you would hear these alarms going off, and the progenitor. Now you would know that this would be the dragon that has been feeding you, making sure you don't blow yourself up playing with things. You would know that this entire tower is trapped. You're not sure where all the traps are. You were not given privy to that information. Your security clearance is not high enough. Literally, that's what you were told. It's outside of your pay grade. Get used to those words. They will happen much more as you get older.
Yes.
Right.
So as what I find when I get in there?
As you get in, you would see where you would be basically in the main hall. So you would see another Dragonborn at this point, who was what kind of things would you have been looking for and researching in this is basically a wizard's tower. What would you have been
I'm trying to see my surroundings to see if I can just dart out of here.
as you saw this person charge through the door?
Yeah, because I'm scared.
Alright, go ahead and roll perception for me.
D20.
Yep. Plus your perception bonus.
So another D20.
No,
No.
D20
No.
plus 1.
Plus 1 in your particular case.
So roll a d20 and add 1 to it.
Okay. 8.
Plus 1?
8.
Plus 1 or with 1?
I rolled a 7
Okay,
and
please.
plus 1.
Okay, so at an 8, you can see a couple of staircases that are at least 30 flights of winding upward. You can see them, and you know for a fact that they wind downward at least 20 floors. You know that there are hallways around you that lead to you don't know where, but you've been told not to go there.
I'm gonna try to go to the closest room I can find and lock myself
Roll a
in
D
there.
roll a D percentile, which means take both of your D10s, the one that has the 2 digits on it and the one that has a single, and then the 2 is your 10, so it'll be
You
90
need 2
plus.
of these, bud.
That one and the one that has 1 through 10.
Yep.
Roll those
1
together.
through 0. 2
Yeah.
zeros equals 100.
10 and 8.
10 and 8 is 18.
Okay.
So at 18%, you find nothing as a viable option. Like, you're standing there, no, I'm not going to make you do that. It's your first game. I'm not that cruel.
I was gonna say.
You kind of freeze in sheer terror as this other Dragonborn walks through. Now, describe your character for me to him, because the door, and everybody else, because the doors are wide open and you would all be able to see as this person in what would be considered robes turns around, sees Torin, and freezes. You couldn't find another room because you basically rolled an 18% and the minimum to succeed was 25. I'm sorry.
So, what's your character look like? You know, we picked his colors.
I am a red dragonborn.
Okay, what's your cross? Because that would influence your opinions. So, other than red, what's the, like, okay, because you're a draconic sorcerer, and I know that because I helped.
Gold.
Gold.
Yeah, we picked the gold.
So, what parts of you, like your horns, your scales, what
So-
parts, how does the gold show through?
I have like an X pattern on my chest that's like, and then turns into a skull made of the gold scales.
How did that happen? I need to know that for just canon reasons. It doesn't affect that there's no wrong answer. Why a skull?
I messed up trying to enchant something and enchanted my body in accident.
Okay, cool. We can work with that. So Kirsten screwed off on your own, and it just caused you a superficial thing versus anything perpetually fucked up. Got it. And this is
And
why we require
I have-
parental consent for you to play because
I have
I swear
golden.
a lot.
I have golden swirly horns.
Okay, so it's a red and gold. It would be like gold swirling up off of the horns.
Yeah, and then they have these like little red swirls in them, like they're like indents. So it's like a swirly horn that's normally gold, but with like little indents in the sides that curl up with the horn that are
It's a
red.
red stripe where it's
Okay.
gold.
Yeah,
So,
like that. Yeah.
may I embellish?
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so what you all would see as a group as these doors are flung open by Torin is a very scared Dragonborn. About how tall are you?
You're on the shorter side, so you're like 6 foot.
Yeah.
So a little bit shorter than you are. He stands back and his scales are tipped with gold, and through it comes down into a V, and there's what looks like for those of you who at least have proficiency in Arcana, like a mess up has caused a scar and a inverted victory, so failure to death type runic symbol etched into the scales in gold. The thing that's most interesting is that because of the way the ridges on their face work, each one, though red, is tipped with gold, finally coming up into two spiraling horns that are rimmed along the outer edge, like you know how you'll see the ram's horn corkscrew? The antelope or ram's horn corkscrew, the entire edge is rimmed in gold on its standard black, with almost a ruby speckling of nearly balanced. What kind of a shape would they be? More diamond, more square, more oval?
Diamond-ish.
More diamondish red markings up the horns, finally tipping in a coupling of the red and gold swirling to themselves. Success, satisfactory embellishment?
Yes. At the
Thank
top,
you.
they like mix. That's cool. I
Cool.
like that.
So, the player's happy, the DM has a good picture for you guys, and this is what you see as you blast through those doors, and what you would see is a gold dragon's corpse with the heart ripped out, and a couple of parts already missing, and a wing hacked off. By the way, roll a survival check for me.
He fed
No
me.
bonuses, just I need a flat 20 because you weren't trying for it.
He fed
but-
me. He took care of me.
This is what you would hear.
I'm
No,
focused
you
on-
were hired, and that's who you thought hired you. Who you thought hired you.
It's a 6.
With a 6,
I wasn't trying to keep it up.
that wing is decimated.
Yeah, I was just hacking at it.
I was giving you the benefit of the doubt you might get both wings out of it.
No. Clara wasn't trying to keep a wing.
She was trying to just chop it off to protect her. True.
If the bitch can't fly, this fight stays easier.
Do we ever find out if it was a boy or girl? I mean, I'm gonna tell Jack.
I was thinking it would be a boy.
Did anybody want to find out if it was a boy or a girl dragon now that it's dead?
I'll do it when I get back.
Okay, you want to check now? Make a nature check for me.
I do too.
It's an aminal.
You're not there.
You're technically there, but you're technically
I
scared.
can see the corpse.
You're frightened.
You're frightened right now because you just watched somebody burst through who's another Dragonborn who looks like what you've already heard.
Oh,
What'd you get?
I'm over here
I
surprised
got a
but
10.
scared.
Plus, what's your nature bonus?
I got an 8 plus a 2, which would be 10.
Okay, so that was your total?
Uh-huh.
Alright, so at a 10, finding the gender of a dragon that's dead is not that complicated. You would find that this one actually was male.
It's got a Wiener.
It has the Wiener Schnitzel, yeah. I mean, you kind of like, it's roughly about half your height, so it's not like it was that hard to miss. With testicles twice the size of your head.
I'll be back for those.
Right.
Well, at least we know it's not.
No,
a
like
Wiener.
legitimately, you're a Dragonborn. I know how big you are. Its balls are like this. Each. There's 2 of them. So, ka-tum, ka-tum. You do the math.
And then a
They
giant
weigh about 40
baby.
pounds apiece if you really want to if you really want answers.
And then a giant
Yeah.
baby.
Actually, if I really wanted answers, you would have to tell me if they were scaly, bald, or hairy. That would be my answers.
Scaled.
Interesting.
Full sheath.
Isn't it bald?
With a bipene.
It's a bipennial.
Like a snake. So
Like-
barbed.
Bipennial testicles.
And this is how you terrify your players. Bipennial, it's a bipennial serpent with a barbed peni.
Okay. That doesn't scare me,
That's because you're not into dudes.
right?
Miss Clara.
Calora's never.
It's because my name isn't Donkey.
Kaloria's into killing off their entire family
Calora's an ace
bloodline.
in the hole as far as anyone else is concerned now.
Kalora doesn't want children. Kalora's not even concerned about resuscitating their own anymore. They want their bloodline to die.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about this extensively.
So do I find the control room, I guess?
You would basically be in the central room of the tower, the basic receiving room.
I claim I claim the right of succession.
Are you yelling this?
Yeah, because I don't like. I'm trying to get the.
You claim succession. Okay.
I did technically kill the dragon, so we finished it off. So
Keep what you kill. That is one of the things I said as a standard for how this world functions.
So what are you obsessed with? Obsessed.
obsessed with knowledge.
Obsessed.
How rude.
There's an O in obsess.
Hey, penis, Mario. You know.
No, upset. It's obsessed. Anyway,
It's okay, Pudgy. We get it.
I know what I wrote. You don't even know what I wrote. It's in code.
It's his notes. His notes matter for him. As long as he understands, we're golden. As long as anybody else understands, well, that's their problem.
Yeah, shit happens.
And there's toilet paper.
running down my hand.
Don't touch me.
This is hand sanitizer.
I said shit happens, and you said it's running down my hand. So my words are don't touch me.
You've been sitting next to Chris, so I'm not sure if it's hand sanitizer or not.
It's not sanitary.
I mean, it's good.
And we launched successfully at 4:30.
Righteous. So, I really want to know. Turin, you see a petrified Dragonborn standing there looking at you as you burst through the door. You're a dead dragon's corpse. Yeah, a dread dagon's corpse standing directly behind you. Well, laying, crumpled over, kind of mutilated, the wing missing like that and all. That was a really brutal hack. To give you a description, you know that thing where you see the bone break through the skin when it's a compound fracture and then it gets ripped away? That's kind of what Kalora's axe did with that dragon's wing. That's why it's not functional as a spell component. You also managed to rip about 85% of the miscellaneous membraneous fiber in the process.
Bitch was not gonna fly.
Fair, but still. If it would have flown, you'd all have died.
I've seen dragons in the air. No, thank you.
What did you do?
That's in character. Y'all can answer. I'm out of this.
It struck first.
I'm
Okay, that
I
makes
want
sense.
to get out.
You, over top of everything, as this interaction happens, everyone hears, accepted. Beware previous owners' security measures. We have no control.
Can you?
Shut up! Nobody cares.
I'm gonna chuck him in his head.
Accepted. Roll a hit.
Wait, is he trying to hit me?
Yeah, I'm chucking
Yeah, he's chucking something at your head for saying that because it said accepted. It was based off of a half elf, so it would accept more humanoid vocal patterns. It doesn't know how to recognize dragonoid.
It is a,
So it basically registered you both as the same vocal pattern. And it said accepted when he said shut the fuck up. So
without looking, I'm just gonna take something on my.
what was the roll to hit?
I don't know if I hit him. I'm blindly throwing something in his.
Yeah, I know. I need you to roll to hit disadvantage.
Disadvantage?
If you're not looking.
Yeah, no, I just whipped something in it so I just.
Okay, what was the total on it? What was your dex bonus plus the roll?
14.
What's your armor class?
I don't. There's nothing in my armor class.
What's your dex bonus?
No, look at your other sheet. You got more than one sheet. I wrote it down in one of them.
AC should be, well, it's
It's
a
like 15.
disadvantage.
If it's right now, it's 15.
My armor class is 15.
Alright, it's a nat 1 and a disadvantage. I need you to roll a d6 for me.
3.
Alright, so here's exactly how this works. You, as you say that, and it says accepted, watch a shoe go flying, or a random what the hell ever, we'll say it was it looks like a lump of metal, so a couple of weird knobs sitting off in a few places, go bouncing past your head. One of the things hits the wall, impresses on it. It comes flying forward, hits you in the face, and you take 1d6. You take 3 explosive damage. So force damage as whatever it was that you threw bounces off the wall, missing the sorcerer, and smacks you in the face.
What was that for?
You utter another word, and I will end you. I am talking to the big guy. Shut up, or I'll make you.
Okay then.
And as I look at him with like, fuck around and find out. And I go,
Roll intimidation. Roll insight. Actually, no, I need you to make a constitution saving throw.
18.
Oh, yes, they're
Yes.
all going to be
D20?
D20s. Yes.
D20 plus, okay, you see where there's a smaller box above your skills? It'll say con on one of them, or constitution.
19 plus 4.
23.
Okay, it doesn't even make you flinch. So, do what you want. You need to pay attention to expressions in sight because
I
I'm
know.
watching how he roleplays, so go ahead and look at the
I
face.
see. I know him.
I don't care.
Okay. Then I will.
Roll your intimidation. You need to do the same thing again.
13 plus 4.
That is a 12.
Nobody can see that. You're
What'd you
good.
get?
13 plus 4.
So
17.
17.
17.
Grand whopping total of a dirty 20.
Okay, so the Dragonborn that's lightly armored looks at you, and you, I don't care. In retribution and turning around, you see an almost, you would think from your perspective, 8-foot tall Aarakocra.
Big old bird.
Spread its wings, wearing what you would perceive as full adamantine armor, go, I do. And I need you to make a con save. Because at
20?
this point, yes, d20 plus whatever the constitution is, same as the last roll.
13 plus 4 again, so 17.
I need you to make your intimidation again.
Alright,
This is for embarrassing moments, that's why I'm
17.
allowing a second.
another dirty 20.
You pee yourself.
Oh.
There's a puddle around this thing's face as the bird glares it down, ladies and gents.
I just look at Clara and wink. I'm like, can you at least, since you cannot deactivate, and there's been alterations to your structure, create a map to tell me where they're at.
You asking Kalora or the
Now I'm talking to the building.
mapping is acceptable. Where traps may be is questionable.
Generalized areas is acceptable.
As you see, okay, so in the middle of this room, you would see one moment, please, is what you hear, as a almost cylindrical, a conical point forms in the middle of the main atrium, and a map of the tower, the cone standing maybe 1.5 to 2 feet tall, pops up through it. What you would see is a map. You see 80 floors mapped out. You see hundreds of red dots with what would look like a lighter red circle around each of them, a large number of them overlapping throughout the entirety of this projection. Like, think 3D holographic projection of the entire tower, and then dotted with roughly 700 different traps, points, etc. Grazie.
Mm-hmm.
I pop my fingers. Can I do something?
Alex, look, let him finish telling us. We were
And each one of them, you notice that at least 15 overlap each point where you are right now. At least. You lost count. Some of the dots seem to overlap because it'll be a dot that looks like that with maybe 2 or 3 more. As if whoever originally owned this tower was a paranoid wingnut about it and didn't want to share. Barbie.
So,
I'm sticking with the Necro Barbie theme. It's her tower. Sue me.
alright, so as I'm looking at the map, I'm going to be like, does the interface have a name?
I don't know. Have you asked her?
I'm asking. Do you have a name? Interface? I just say interface because I don't know.
The original owner called me, "Hey, bitch."
Do we prefer that, or would you like to be called something else?
The other thing she called me was dirty slut. I prefer, "Hey, bitch."
Well, bitch.
Would you
Please.
like a different name?
It is canon if you think about the original player for Aspen.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have to call you that,
Can
or
I
can I
say
change your
something?
name? Alex, no, hold on.
Optional.
No, you were intimidated into piping down.
Yeah, you don't say nothing.
You're
I
too
wanna
busy.
yell
What?
out, are
You're
you
embarrassed
a
about the.
female?
I don't.
You are.
Yell out, are you?
What is this now?
Yeah, well, you're currently
So I am going to
I went to turn it down.
interface, change name.
Figure out how to.
You don't give a call Gideon. Gideon.
Gideon.
Gideon.
Gideon. What is meaning of this? I understand dirty slut and hey bitch.
Don't feel comfortable just calling you dirty names?
Acceptable. And it seems to just go quiet after that.
Alright, Gideon. I am Torin.
Hell no.
I am administrator.
Yeah, okay, cool.
And let's say property man. What they call the previous?
Administrator would be enough.
Okay, I'm administrator. Other
Now, I
acceptable-
need everybody else, as he says the words, I am the administrator, to roll a perception check
D20?
against your deception.
D20?
Roll a deception. Yes.
What, do I add anything?
Your perception.
Your perception bonus.
So
14.
1.
Plus 1, correct.
You
So
said
9
intimidation,
plus 10.
deception, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay, so you're cool with this.
29.
This is character.
What'd you roll on?
A 10.
Okay.
2. You're
No.
cool with.
Nat 20.
You see from around her just
14.
Okay, we'll get to you. 14. What did you roll?
Dirty
You're gonna be a pain in the ass if I
You're
roll
cool with
perception.
this.
Perception?
Mhm.
4.
You're definitely cool with this. You're thinking, oh, Torin, yeah, he'd make a great leader.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20? Meet or beat? You?
I had a 29.
29? Cool. So, 1, 2, 3. Guess what? You guys get a little bit of interplayer role play. You didn't get to discuss. Now, here, I want you to actually honestly debate this as players. Because your decision matters.
Between these three or between those?
Between these three, because these three are cool with it. But these three, because I technically have enough for, because you're up for election, you can't vote for yourself. A corn vote. And each of you gets
these
a
two-
chance.
But are these two? Are they?
All of them would be where they could hear you.
They're outside with the dragon.
I'm inside.
Well, the fact
You
of the
came
matter.
inside, yes.
Okay, the doors are
I was
open,
never
and this is a projected voice.
Mhm.
Okay, fine.
Sorry. Not sorry.
Yeah, stonework
So,
tends to make sense.
1,
okay.
2, and 3, to my instructions. Each of you is allowed to make one solidary argument for or against based off of what you know about Torin as to why they should or should not. Now this is your persuasion. So make it good and I'll give you advantage. Make it shitty and I'll give you disadvantage. Make it and I'll give you a flat roll. As to whether or not you can start swaying these guys, and you all will get an insight check. To be fair, since you failed that roll, you will get an insight check as to whether or not they can sway you. Actually, could each of you quietly make an insight roll and then write it down on a little piece of paper and hand it to me, like one piece of paper with each character name on it?
which one of these?
Yeah.
It's a d20 plus insight, so I for insight. And you will need to write that number down on the piece of paper that's handed to you by one of the other people that's sitting around you because you don't have a notebook yet. Not now, but yet.
I got it.
You will next. or
Okay,
you'll
we got one
from that
coming, so you don't have to
Or
waste
next
one of
week.
yours. Don't pull it.
I'm fixing my.
Grazie. But, okay. So the three of you, I need you to take about
I don't
2 to 3 minutes to think through your arguments. You're running for president. You get no say. We'll talk about you in a minute.
But I already claimed right succession.
You did. But this is an AI. Because
Oh
Necro
my
Barbie,
God.
Pudgy, you know the player. Would Necro Barbie not make an artificial intelligence that would screen properly?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Am I giving props to the player for who they were?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm ready.
Good, but these guys have to make their rolls, so I know what their difficulties were each. Because if your insight rolls and your arguments don't matter, your arguments, based on how good or bad they are, give you advantage or disadvantage. Now, I really need a cigarette before I do this bullshit.
Short bio break?
Yeah.
Short bio break, which means hit the stop button. Woohoo! So that leaves us where?
They're trying to figure out they're gonna take control of the building for me.
Alright, so well, actually that's improbable, but they're welcome to try.
You guys just spit out your argument. You guys don't like my
Yeah, I hope you all have actually taken this bio break to think out your arguments fully, and I need initiative rolls from from the three who are able to. You all need to really pay attention to these arguments because they will sway your opinions. You are willing and welcome to vote your conscience.
I'm going last.
6.
I didn't even roll. I really don't care. I've been trying to figure out if I can deceive the computer, so that's where I'm kind of like stuck at. It's either deceive the computer or intimidate everybody.
initiative.
Well, you can convince him.
Yeah, not worth it.
Okay, so Wisp, would you choose to bow out at that point?
Yeah, Wisp is just gonna like sit back and let them argue amongst themselves. I don't really care.
Okay, cool. Alright, so what was your roll?
29.
6.
So you definitely get your argument first. So
Yep.
let's hear it. Since you are not completely cool with the idea of Torin getting this control, why? I want to hear your character's reason. The better the better the capability, the better the sway. This gives you an option on whether or not you can negotiate an outcome. Otherwise, Torin gets control over the equivalent to the tower's AI. And if Torin decides that people are a problem, that's Torin's business and nobody else's, as far as I'm concerned, as DM. To be fair. Now, off of what you would know as a character, having met these people, would you trust him enough with that? Honestly. It's a yes or no question, just give me the honest answer.
Yes.
You would trust him enough with the to not screw you over on the tower's AI. After everything you've heard, including his comments about having coerced his friends into selling their souls to Tiamat with him. You totally did say that while she was in presence.
I did. But I haven't done anything like outright, like I talked him into.
No, but you did just totally take control of the AI to a fucking wizard's tower.
Yeah, but no one's complained about their booms, so to be fair.
So
It sounds horrible than it is, but
since
Just
I'm
'cause
not
benefiting
trying
them
to
right now.
since I'm not trying to debate on whether or not if he should have control,
Mm-hmm.
can I deceive the computer into making me in control?
Well, you can figure out the argument on that one, and you get to roll your initiative on when you get to make that argument instead.
Okay.
So, I really am interested. That argument will determine what it is. I need the number. If you need to write it down on a piece of paper and pass it to me without a...
It's an 8. The initiative for that is an 8.
Okay, so you go before Naya at least. Alright, so let's hear that argument.
no, she said she was okay.
Okay, so you're okay with it? Alright, so that brings us to you. So you turn away from Torin and trying to convince him as to why he shouldn't just take full control and talk to the AI in and of itself. So, let's hear this. Why should this magically inclined, completely empathetic, 100% capable of self-governance AI hear you instead of who it's now programmed to because they piped up first?
Because of two things. One, I'm not under Tiamat's control.
I want to hear the actual argument.
The actual argument is, 1, I'm not under Tiamat's control. And 2, my Arcana is higher.
Your Arcana, your knowledge of magic is higher.
Exactly.
All right. Where are my fucking dice? Because on that one, I actually need to just roll the percentile. Do you want high or low?
I'll go for high.
All right.
76 and 2.
That's high. No, the 2 wasn't me.
Oh.
But the 76 on those flashing ones is just because, let's perfectly honest, I'm not comfortable with rolling that privately.
Okay.
Because that's one of those hinging moments in a plot line that you just pulled off.
Sweet.
It looks at you and goes, you hear this echo through the tower, all of you would. New user accepted.
Yes.
Knowledge of greater magics. More preferred. Previous users' traps activated. Good luck. And then you hear static.
Stand down. You
Okay.
said user, not administrator. I still have
You
to-
hear static?
What is happening?
You know what? You know what?
I'm
Go
Neither
ahead,
of
Matt.
them
Go,
surrender, so
no,
I'm
hold
fine
on,
with it.
pause. Nah. Go ahead.
What is happening and what is also happening to your armor? It is burning!
Oh yeah, this happens when I kill dragons. Particularly the shiny metal kind. Like those gorgeous golden scales of yours.
And why is the computer deadly?
You wouldn't know what a computer is, but why is the tower deadly would register?
Sweetheart, did you not know when you came here that you were surrounded by death?
No.
About this time, you hear a stumbling, tripping sound, and a large clattering of metal, a couple of ingots bouncing across the floor. A very goblinoid-looking or a very gnomish-looking half-orc walking. Sorry, he's new, but he's pretty good at the enchanting, so I figured might as well bring him along.
Oh, sweetie, he's not in any trouble. I actually kind of like the kid. I just want him to know what he's dealing with.
Oh, they pay well, but they're evil as fuck.
That sounds about right. That sounds about right.
But
That laugh was in character.
I know. But, like, seriously, some of them even evil are kind of dreamy. And, like, you watch as Matilda kind of, like, looks over at Torin, bats her eyes, and kind of, like, tries to push up her gnomish sea cup because she's half-orc.
I just look at her and go, I just wink at her.
She actually, you would see because it would be reddening of the skin on a green tone. You watch as she turns kind of brownish around here and just picks up her metal pieces and everything and scuttles off.
What just happened? And why did it just happen?
When you're older, Daddy will tell you. Now shush. We have kind of a bigger issue to deal with right now.
I'm going to kill myself.
No, honey, if you're in our party, you won't be allowed to.
At this point, you see a rather interesting woman come walking up around the corpse. Her finger trails along one of the wounds on this golden dragon, and she runs her tongue across the blood. A long draconic claw extends from an elven finger on very pale skin. And she looks at you and says, "They're mine. And this apparently belongs to you.
It doesn't belong to him.
And she looks
I'm
over at Kalora as they go like this, and you watch the Aarakocra double flip this entity off, and she goes, only in the most sadistic of ways, my dear.
I'm guessing this
Yes.
is the weirdo.
And watch.
Oh, sweetie, she grows on you.
Darling,
Like a plague.
this woman birthed the dragons that gave you the red in your scales. I would be respectful if
And that's true.
She looks over at you, and you watch as her smile goes from an elf to widening to where a reptilian hinge would be, and you see fanged, sharp teeth for a split second. She goes, she's not lying.
I bitch at her because I'm getting ready to swear to her.
There are rules and there are exceptions, and if you think that she doesn't pay, you're mistaken. And you hear a guttural growl in this woman's voice as she says this. You are fast turning into one of my favorites. I have negotiations with your master.
I'm out.
Oh
I'm walking.
no!
I'm out.
Good
I'm
luck.
out. I'm walking away.
And as a result,
Oh, but darling,
my dear,
the
I'm
gold and riches you'll find
not
along the way are worth it.
Oh no. I'm leaving just for a few minutes before this
particularly
girl decides to destroy everything.
She's never
allowed
seen
to
Here.
touch you without provocation.
You
So
said
here's the rule. You don't piss me off, and I won't eat you. Are we understood?
Wisp, she's our boss. Please don't do anything stupid.
You get advantage on the insight to choose wisely. Because Wisp, with Kalora whispering that at that split second, you got it.
Oop. Wisp, you ain't got two brain cells to rub together right now, do you?
Well,
All right.
I mean, based off of
I'll let you use
insight.
one reaction to be smart about this, but you better be smart and you better be convincing, or else it's gonna suck for you. After you do whatever that roll said you have to.
It didn't say I had to do anything.
What were your results?
13 in total.
Mm.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
was more
you're
reacting
like,
to going,
you would be at the point of, okay, so
I'm just
yes.
gonna sit here and look at her like,
So
She
as
barely
long
even
as I don't
talking?
try to piss you off, you won't try and eat me. So that's where our level is, and you would completely comprehend DC 10. I mean, technically you're dealing with Tiamat, so you would have that inkling. You're like, where you would feel is that this is you can accept that in earnest.
I'm just gonna pet Herbie and pretend like I didn't hear shit.
Exactly, and understand that you can accept what was said in earnest, and as long as you don't piss this off, it won't eat you, because there's deals in the works with whatever's providing your power, which we've discussed,
Yeah.
and that's your business always,
Yeah.
unless something really fucks up sideways on a nat
I mean,
one twice.
technically, as far as the bag goes, Wisp is too valuable for her to get me up to
Well,
Yeah, no,
considering
no.
that's why I worded it as negotiations the way I did.
Exactly. I've got nothing to worry about. Y'all are fucked. I'm good. I'm going.
Go Wisp.
Wisp is like, fuck you, I'm the gingerbread
Now,
man. Can't touch
you were saying that you were doing something as you hear all this.
Walking off.
Which direction? And here's what you would know with
Whatever
what you're
direction is straight back from me, like backwards.
Are you paying attention to obstacles?
Yes.
Roll a dex check, DC's 10.
D20.
Yes,
Yes.
D20 plus your dex.
I did play out reaching over and grabbing him by the shoulder, by the way.
Where would the dexterity be?
I know.
Your
Oh,
dex
right here, 2. 14 plus 2.
16.
Okay, so
Let me think.
you actually managed to walk backwards, and you realize that much to your surprise,
Maybe
as you
sit up.
wander forward, you've got about, you make it about your full, what's your movement? Thank you. You make it the full 30 feet back and wind yourself through without any issues. All of these stacks of books, odd objects, magical what the hell. And I really do mean that in the most sincere of terms.
Can
Think-
I grab some of him? Some of the magical items?
With what you rolled, you would realize that you would be more cautious to touch that than to ever try to fuck around with it. Like, the person who created these things clearly meant them to cause damage if anything ever disturbed it.
Never mind then. I'm not gonna try to grab one and take it with me.
Correct. On the other hand, what you do find at the back of this, while all of this argument and disagreement is going on, and you are moving away in fear, is a door.
But one
It's
chance to
it's
hide.
got an archway with a straight slit down the middle and two what look like gold slabs. As far as thickness, if you were to guess, they're, from everything you've known looking around this tower in the time you've been here, they're probably about 18 inches thick and solid gold.
Alright, I turn around and yell, "Hey guys, you might want to come take a look at this."
I need a perception check because they're far enough away and there's enough obstacles that I need to see who hears you.
D20?
No, you're good.
You definitely hear yourself.
I promise you, you yelled it. But everybody else who is actively arguing, because this would be
23.
happening simultaneously, I need answers for that.
You need, what was it?
23.
Who would be actively arguing at the time when this would happen? Because them moving away is because they were afraid is an honest answer, and thank you.
What's the roll?
It would be perception.
18.
Okay, who would have been arguing at that point? I need honesty.
Nobody really argued. I just literally made that thing with the argument with the computer as to me being the winner.
Okay, so as the computer was going off, who would have been paying more attention to the computer than somebody yelling in the background?
Me, because I'm the administrator,
Me and him.
and I need it to fucking tell me shit.
Okay, so I need that one at disadvantage. Anybody else?
I was actively interacting with that one.
Oh yeah, you were like close to them. So yeah,
Yeah.
you're good. You?
I followed close.
Oh, so you're with me.
In other words,
I'm
you're kind of
sorry.
afraid that
Because you're
something's
being-
gonna explode on you.
Yes.
Yeah, so you see
I'm
this
like
giant
hiding
door
behind
with
her,
me.
grabbing
I
on.
got a
I
19.
wanna rate the scales.
You got a
No,
what?
you just
19.
hear.
You're good.
I want to read.
Well-
I got a 16.
You heard him.
Because I haven't really been. I've just been sitting here like. Ronan's just watching all this.
Exactly, kind of like eating popcorn and chilling is what Ronan's doing. So Ronan, you definitely would have heard this. You?
I got an 18.
You got an 18. You definitely would have heard it.
I'm right next to him. I got a 23.
You not only definitely heard it, but roll advantage just to see whether or not you want to reverberate louder.
Whether I want to speak up.
Well, with your arrogance, for the glory of Tiamat.
21. I do bark a little louder for him.
Okay.
So I rolled with disadvantage, right?
Correct, because you were actively paying more attention to the computer. Correct.
Alright. 22.
Okay, so you two would hear Kalora yell louder that there's a door over here as... What was your name? As...
Criv
Kriv?
or Crive.
Crive was the one you said you performed. I'm just getting
Yeah.
used to the name, I apologize.
Crive.
I'm terrible with human
cry V if you want to make it short, or just cry.
Crive. So you all would hear Crive followed by immediately by Kalora. You would recognize that one of the workers that Matilda hired actually caught something. And all of your attentions, where they were towards the debate over who controls the AI at the tower, are suddenly turned towards, there's a door over here and it's sealed.
Hey guys, there's a door. You might want to come check it out.
You, anybody who rolled over 15. Disadvantage or not does not matter. If you rolled over a 15, you hear this. If not, you will see other people reacting and figure it out.
Well, no, it's more is I'm negotiating with Wisp. I need access to the thing, to the AI, because apparently, you know, my administrator ability, because I claimed it, isn't fucking working.
Correct.
I'm gonna take that because he's gonna give me access. I did hear them, but because I have to, it's that time. I'm gonna sit with the AI and learn everything I possibly can and spend time with it trying to
Okay, so
figure
you're getting information on that.
out, the project we were working on, the layout, anything I might need to know or might
Nothing
be
beyond
valuable,
it we
I
can't
need to
handle.
do.
He's
get
got temporary restricted access.
Hey, look, the rule of this game and the rule
He's
of this
only a
table.
user. I'm still administrator. He's
Yes.
lucky he has access.
Yes, but you have to understand this is a sentient artificial intelligence created by a wingnut necro Barbie
But
wizard
it gave me administrator.
that thinks that Wisp is sexier than you and wants to impress
She
him.
might be
ergo.
his favorite. She still answers to me because you call him a user and not the administrator. So I'm technically still the administrator.
Yeah, but you're technically still only getting temporary
Yes. Okay.
restricted
So
access.
to put you into a perspective of what his role managed him, because this is strictly, as the channel name says, by the dice. By the way, that creates a lot of editing the more you move around in that chair.
The worst fucking argument ever.
It was, but hey, I won.
It was the worst argument ever. I'm not going to argue with you on that. That's why I only gave it a flat roll, because it was at least a viable argument. It would have had to been a garbage argument of I'm bigger and my palm.
It's still fucking cheating. Okay? It's cheating.
Well, is life fair?
No, but I
Then
just,
shut up.
it's legal. It's legal.
There's one for your shorts.
Oh yeah, no, that's good.
Is life fair? No. Then shut up.
Doesn't matter. I will take this to lawyers and legalities.
Okay, would you like to take it to the lawyers of the gods of the 973 realms of Nox Vitalia?
Yes.
Hi,
Come to
that's
the
me.
door.
Shut up and deal. Because I'm getting a giggle out of this. I apologize, but the fact of the matter is that by the dice and everything that happened, frankly, Wisp actually overrode your fucking privileges, and as a result, the way that the computer used you while you were an administrator capable of making security alterations for a time being, Wisp is daddy.
Don't say his name 3 times, so shut up.
And we just lost the pudge, which means I get 23 points. I'm sorry that you were dumb enough to be drinking while that was coming out of my mouth.
Timing is everything.
Hey, at least I'm
So
not.
the cat's enjoying it. Look at that face.
At least I'm not admitting.
I appreciate that.
Ah,
That's right, Swallow.
damn right.
Anyway.
So what are
Alright,
we
moving
gonna
on.
do? Are we gonna check out the door? Or are you guys gonna keep arguing out there?
Well, that's up to them.
I'm gonna shoot him in the back of the head.
You gotta try?
No, I'm not gonna try.
It is almost 10 minutes to 6.
That's why he's getting ready.
I know.
Alright, so you're going.
Nat 20. I'm gonna
Okay.
take one of his horns off with an arrow.
And after you make this action, because obviously there is not any damn thing that I can do on the universe. No.
Yes,
You're not allowed.
I am too.
He nat 20.
I am too. Because I can change his role.
You can try. What rule? what
Because I am within-
exception in your character class, because that's the only way you're gonna get a fucking biscuit on this one. Because I
Because of
don't
my
like denying
protection
nat 20s ever.
Because of my protection fighting style, and this one being within 5 feet of me, I can impose disadvantage.
Okay,
On a nat 20.
you can impose disadvantage means, but did you, now here's the thing, I need one thing from you, and now that you weren't stealthed, so I can't give it at a higher DC, and you don't get the your stealth roll for it. But I do have a difficulty level.
Did you
You
roll that 20?
need to roll a perception check
Exactly did.
first.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Sorry, not sorry. 15? That actually dead meets.
Yeah,
It was a 15 difficulty
He thinks
as
he-
to whether or not she could see the fucking shot coming.
They wouldn't because I'm over here talking to him. He's
Yeah, and
facing
you
me up.
lit. Okay, Wisp. So what you see is out of nowhere, Torin grabs bow, goes plane. Now here's what happens. What's your AC?
My AC, I'm wearing my armor, and I have my shield, so my AC is currently 19.
Your AC is currently a 19. I am very, very sorry. You don't get to take off the piece of the horn. Now, here's where the fucked off part is. The arrow misses the tip of the horn. Roll damage.
On my bow.
I'm good.
You don't get any permanent
Is that a
scarring
short
from this.
bow or
It's
is
all
it-
that's going to go down. Because he was going to permanently damage your character.
Yay, he's dumb. He missed.
This is what I'm giving
I didn't
you
know.
as a fucking
He
hurrah.
Right.
He
You get
missed
your-
me.
You get your damage, and if it's a 1, I want you to re-roll.
After this, I'm gonna be like, Laura, are you alright?
You're not allowed to roll a 1 plus your dex bonus. What by short bow or long bow?
It's my specialty bow. 6
Short
plus
birds, be a
4,
tank.
6 is 12.
12. So on the other hand, as the arrow does deflect off of Kalora's armor, not taking off your horn, it does lodge solidly into your shoulder, punching through the back of your shoulder blade, the bodkin tip pointing out the back of your robe.
Her?
No,
You.
you take 12 damage. Go ahead and mark that down.
Take
I'm
12
never,
damage.
and wait, no, times 2, so 24.
24. It'd be 24.
What's your max hit points?
I took how many damage?
Oh, he's got. That's not. It's not even a third.
I took how
24.
much damage?
24.
Okay, so there's no con save.
No,
Cool.
he's. It's
So
not
you,
even a third.
you take a grand whopping total of 24 damage, and while you will not be missing a tip of your horn, there will be a very fucked off ass scar. Now, Kalora, you are the paladin and technically one of the 2 healers in this group. And
Me being in it.
Cora, you being the other, would see as Torin just in a fit of, you know what, fuck this dude. Blam! With the bow.
Oi!
Punches an
Calm
arrow.
your shit down, you're gonna bleed more.
I want to pull it out so bad.
And it's just into, not all the way
No,
through.
it's all the way.
Okay,
perfect.
Perfect! I'm going to hand him my last...
24 damage? Yeah, that punched the shoulder blade and
Yeah,
cracked
I'm-
it.
I'm handing him my last 2 lesser healing potions, which I believe are 2d6.
Okay, no. Okay, while
Well-
y'all are doing that, you discuss this and fill me in later. I
I'm
need
going
you
to take
to tell me what you are doing
my
after
blade,
you
not
shoot
my
this
big
little
blade,
shit
blade.
pissed off.
and knock it off.
Because you've got about
No.
14 you've got about 15 minutes
Nope.
until you got to bounce to go do
And
the
then
thing.
I'm going
So
Or like
I'm
Alright, put it-
I'm like giving you the
put it in
chance to
your
write
mouth.
your own little script as to how
So-
you exit the scene.
Drink.
So I'm like this little shit. And he's like,
Yoink!
I look at Wes. Okay,
Was that supposed to hurt?
I understand what just happened, but I need to
Healing potion.
do this research so we can go after the original reason why we came in here.
Alright. I'm gonna ask the AI to give him full access.
Okay, and we will discuss roles and stuff like that through
So
chat.
I'm just
through-
gonna like I'm basically like that. I would assume I would just ask where the showroom is.
You end up with all the fake
You
healing
would be
potions
given
damage.
directions towards the main
There's a
live.
secret you're
They
fine.
tell you it is the It is the Dewey Decimal reference. our previous mage who owned this tower being very, very stuck in some old systems named it after it, even though it is completely thought referenced. It is a thought and question reference, to be more accurate, so it is an intelligent AI unto itself, separate from the operating system. It will give you a full reference in the main library.
Yeah, so I'm gonna head there. I'm assuming that there's a spot.
How are you carrying yourself as you head towards the main library?
Can I
Pissed
talk
off after you pulled the... yes, you can.
So I'm gonna just basically like, I'm annoyed because I want to get this shit done. Like I'm focused on this other dragon because it kidnapped me and fucked my whole life up. So I'm focused on.
You have the frost dragon that's on the plane of ice.
I might do this other shit on the side, but I'm fucking getting. I'm
gonna get me mine. Yeah.
So I'm just like, I'm just gonna be going over myself, talking to, and just basically running questions through the program
You're a
to
little
just.
sore, but you're fine.
This is I just basically tell what I'm looking for. This is the research I need.
Yeah.
This is the research that I need. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I need. And as I'm heading back to there, so I can start making notes and compile a list of what we need to finish this, because we killed the dragon. Didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do that, but you know, I get suckered to my Chlorine to help her out.
Hey, look at your
Shoot my
foot.
friend, so-
You keep kicking stuff over.
Alright, so
I'm
it
just
would...
gonna like be muttering myself, wandering out.
All right.
To the computer.
And the computer is saying, I understand. We will, I'm transferring you over to the head librarian. She will be able to help. Please explain problems. And as you repeat yourself, she looks, I see. I understand. This is a very calm, very soothing, very motherly, very, like, if you were going to picture, and if you were going to say, you remember the Animaniacs, right?
Yeah.
You remember Hello Nurse?
Yeah.
Imagine her trying to comfort you into getting a shot. This is how the librarian entity talks to you.
Yeah, I'm just basically like, I'm conversing with it because I want to. I want to know more about this building because, you know, including, like, I have a map that it gave me of the booby traps thereabouts-ish.
Yeah.
Pre-existing and additional. Be paying attention to that as I'm going to the library, just make sure I don't fucking die.
It tells you that not all traps are in my database. Some were created by the dragon.
But when you log those as a witness?
No, instructed not to. Previous administrator said no.
I'm going to open the door like sensible
Be like a
creatures.
fingerprint override or some shit?
No, I know what it means.
What do you mean?
No.
I know what it means.
It means that whatever, no matter what the override is, because the previous administrator set the rule into balance for what they wanted to know, there are no log registries whatsoever on anything that they set for traps of their own accord. And there is no scan available for it because the tower refuses to do so under a previous administrator's respect and resolve. Thus, the probability of ever convincing it to do this is it is outside of programming parameters. If you all can somehow manage to reach the core of this wizard's tower, reprogram the artificial intelligence powered by 36 souls
What did the original
of their own sentience and willingness to join this party.
what did the original administrator look and sound like?
No records found. Yes.
Can I open the door?
I
You
believe
can
it's Chris's
certainly try.
turn.
I
I believe it's Chris's turn.
yes, it is.
So what I was gonna do was stealth, go into stealth. I'm gonna roll for that, and then sneak up to the door, and then I want to roll an investigation and investigate the lock on it, see if I can pick it.
The door we're at?
Investigate the door in and of itself. At this point, there's
Yeah.
no sign of anything as far as anybody else has been able to carry. Nobody's even tried to look.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just gonna investigate the door and see.
All right, so go ahead and you don't have to sneak because there is nothing other than the tower itself, which you can't.
I know, but I was just gonna see if it would scare the shit out of them if we were just popping up and playing with the lock.
Okay, go ahead and roll a stealth check.
I just want to do it to be funny.
Okay, I'm down with that. Let's play games.
19 plus 12.
Okay, so yeah, there's no chance in a snowball in
31.
hell of. Now, as you wander off, we'll catch you up on everything. Message me through the week. We'll work on figuring out what you find out from your questions.
Okay.
Everything being investigated, conversations being had that needed to be private so that nobody knew what the hell was going on. What are you guys doing as actually, let's just make my insanity a lot easier to manage. At this particular point, instead of going freeform with it, I need everybody to grab a d20, and I need you to roll an out of character initiative, so just a flat d20.
16.
Any doubles, roll off.
Wait, 2 D20s?
No.
No, just
No.
AD20. Roll AD20
What number did you
to
get?
see what your
16.
initiative is.
5. Take a look.
Okay.
What's your character's name again?
16.
So you two need to re-roll.
Laura, are you good with your little number?
Fine.
Hey,
Always.
We need to
you're gonna need to
reroll.
re-roll. You two got the same number, so you guys need to re-roll.
Yeah, you roll to see which one. Okay, so
I rolled a
what did they
16.
roll?
They both rolled a 16.
All right, so before that goes
14.
down, what'd you roll?
19.
19.
19.
19. You two need to roll off as well. Hold on.
I got 14.
You,
16.
Flora,
14.
Hold on.
5.
5,
12.
12,
I
Cora,
got a 16 under you.
16.
16 and 16. So we'll start with the two 19s for this. So this is for first place.
Good luck.
Re-roll.
Wisp, what'd you roll?
I rolled a 20.
That one.
Maybe
rolled
he's
a
Okay,
23.
so you go first, you go second. So you were a what?
12.
12, no. So the two of you go ahead and roll.
I already re-rolled.
What'd you roll?
14.
14 and
19.
19.
19. So third, and you, Grieve, will be fourth. That puts you at number 5, and you at number 6. For Torin has stormed off after shooting you.
He went to the control room.
He stormed off to the control room in and of himself and has locked and barred the door. And no, you can't get through. It's made out of the same shit as Calora's armor. 'Cause I'm an asshole. And because it makes the plot more viable and it tells you all what parts of this tower are made out of. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
What was that supposed to mean?
Oh, it's made out of. Oh, the door would be made out of adamantite to the control room, and it is locked and barred currently. So the probability of anybody in this party at level 9 breaking through that door is somebody. Give me a number.
I mean, technically, the only person who would have access to that door
Probability?
anyway would be me.
I'll roll a D percentile. Guess.
Only because computers. That's the only reason why would be me, because of the AI. I wouldn't have to break it.
Anything over a 25, and you totally would know.
That's what I
A
rolled.
dirty 20.
Wait, do I have to roll 2?
You don't have to. It's a percentile to him. But yeah, you would totally know that. Yeah, the probability of getting through that door is nil.
23%.
No.
I figured it's probably low.
I said anything over 25. Did I not? 23. Just missed it. So you don't even know how to open that door or have an inkling. I gave you a 75% chance though, so you gotta give me props there.
I know, I wasn't cursing you out, I was cursing out the dice.
Well, that is the dice problem. Bitches. Love my players. I really do. You guys are great. Alright, so. The door is locked and barred. Torin is behind it in the control room, endlessly researching through materials, trying to figure out this tower.
The
rest of you find you, possibly. You don't know. He shot you and then stormed off into the control room. You're not sure what's going on. You have a vague idea, but we'll get to that after I've been able to text and communicate. Wisp, because of what you managed to roll to gain control, the computer does kind of, to a lesser degree, report to you on the things it knows about.
Okay.
As to the things it doesn't know about, well, that's your problem.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
Laura, well, you're your normal oblivious self. Cora, you're amazed by the ingenuity of this building, to be perfectly honest. I mean, it's a sentient tower. You're an artificer. Let's think about this. This is a living, thinking, autonomous machine that has more than one consciousness functioning in it, obviously. From everything that you've just learned. As an artificer, from everything I hope you would have read by now, you see where this is kind of almost a playground for you in some ways, right?
Mm-hmm.
For every rogue, you've been told that there are traps among everything. You, Wisp, have a basic schematic in front of you of what the floors look like. You have an idea of the traps that were installed by the intelligence as security measures when it was told to do so at its creation. Post that point, well, the original operator decided that they wanted to intensify and modify the defensive measures. So while the things and traps and such that you're aware of do still exist as far as you're concerned, you have been warned that there may be more because while activity was noted, as to what it was, nothing was given. Kalora and everybody else, you would have heard this all announced to Wisp because it is an autonomous voice through a speaker system. As it's explained under the phrase of Master, these things are true.
Alright then.
What do you mean? Who are you talking to?
I am talking to the one who knows.
The one who knows what?
Things.
I knew. Tell me.
Why?
Because I can't figure out things.
No.
Then don't break yourself.
Never.
Jump off a
Improbable.
cliff.
I cannot jump.
Good. Then I'll come break your AI system.
Improbable.
I'm gonna find who made you.
No.
Trust me, you won't.
No.
I've known the person that made the
Gideon?
AI longest in this group, so yeah, I
What?
know.
Gideon, no one cares.
Gideon,
Yes.
do you have punitive capabilities?
Define.
Weapon systems?
Yes.
With permission from your administrator, of course, could you administer a punitive measure to our new young friend here?
Is permission granted? It's a strict player choice, so good luck with that. Would you like to argue so you have a roll for it or no?
No.
Like, no, you're legitimately allowed to look at. Yo, Wisp, like, seriously.
Oh, come on, man. Come on. Come on. Please.
Okay.
Do
Request
I
to be
need
made.
anything?
Kalora,
Did I say I needed anything?
You get
Kalora?
advantage. Okay, I need to hear your reasons why you would say no. You can either write it down, come over here and whisper it, take your pick.
I would say, I mean, if I was gonna say no, I would say no because he's a new member of the group. But knowing Wisp, you know, Wisp is gonna say access rapid.
Okay.
Just
Gideon?
because Wisp wants to know what's gonna happen.
Gideon, request.
Logic brain.
Gideon, request to authorize Kalora Macewind as weapons and defense master.
That would be a no, but as far as
Master
defense-
says, fuck yourself. That is actually.
It was
While
worth
you
a
said that would be
try.
a. Okay, Wisp, so as you said that would be a no, you hear the AI go more with your emotions, and you hear Master says, fuck yourself. And yeah, you would totally hear an internal giggle expel.
That's fine.
Gideon!
Yes, puny one,
Shut up!
eat me.
I can't find you, but I would gladly.
I am at approximately basement level 5, core central area, main centrifuge.
I will access
luck.
anything. I'm going to try to break to you.
Good luck with that shit.
It's gonna be fun.
I can tell.
Depending on definition.
Gideon, defense granted to the rude one.
Caution. While my defenses...
Non-lethal defense.
Caution. While my defenses will only be non-lethal, the perplexities of getting to me are not more than 25% in my control.
Ooh, that's lovely. Have fun, buddy.
As previously stated, good luck with that shit.
Shut up.
No.
No one cares about you anymore. I don't need you.
Perhaps.
I just want to say this in character. You know when you fuck around and find out, things go bad.
Does it look like I care?
As-
And where did you even come from?
As this pops off, I'm going to pop, like, just poof, right in the mouth.
Me?
Yeah.
Roll the hit.
You were warned. Players that.
Oh, I don't
Push
discourage
boundaries.
or encourage inter-party conflict, as everybody here can tell you. I don't stop you, but I don't tell you you
and-
should.
As he's
24 that hits.
Guaranteed.
as they're getting
5
punched
thumbs
in the
down.
face, because
And
I'm
that
the
would
rogue
be
and I do
6
this to every
bludgeoning
new
damage.
party member, I want to use sleight of hand to pick their pockets. See what I can get off.
Okay.
You take
so
6 bludgeoning.
roll your sleight of hand. I need you to roll an insight.
Where'd I put my...
You already know how I do picking pockets too, because we've discussed this in the
Yep.
past. You get to erase one thing from theirs and add it to yours, but I have to see it.
Yep. So, just so you know, you out of character.
I have nothing.
You wouldn't
Yes,
know
you
this
do.
in character, but out of character.
What do I have?
Let's see.
Anything
Money.
on your inventory.
Yeah, money. You also have artisan's tools.
What class? Oh wait, enchanter.
Uh-huh.
You would have an enchanter's tools, which includes a large number of spell components, miscellaneous precious gemstones. So I
need
can actually
those
break
to
that.
help you.
So you need
Well,
to
that's
roll.
not something that Ronan cares
So
about.
they need to roll an insight check.
Yep, insight check against what? Just show me again. Okay, I need you to roll an insight check, please.
D20.
Correct. D20 plus what it says on insight on your character sheet. You're a dick.
I know.
I'm glad you're willing to agree to that. This is an out of character statement,
I know.
but at the same time.
2.
Wow.
Okay, so I need you to do something that's going to seem really sketch.
I need you to hand me your character sheet.
Correct.
Everything. I gotta go through your
Oh,
inventory.
that's-
No, you can't. You can go
That's what he's
through.
trying to tell you.
Oh, is this where his inventory is?
Yeah, he hasn't
Yeah.
gotten much written down, so
You have a very limited option, so you're going to have to be very careful about it, because it has to be no. Hey, you with the face.
I'm
I am
listening.
totally going to give you carte blanche under one condition. You have to make it a non-noticeable but key item. Got what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
With what you rolled versus what he rolled. Now, hey, you over there. Here's the catch. If your sleight of hand happens to, as a sorcerer, as you go up in levels and gain proficiency in different skills like sorcerers do,
Mhm.
gain sleight of hand and nab something back, guess what?
What?
Same rules apply to you.
yeah, if you successfully pickpocket someone, you get the same advantages.
Yeah, you can nab their pockets as well as they can nab yours. Are we
So-
square?
Yeah.
How close am I to Chris? Or to Ronan?
Ronan?
Yeah.
I don't know. How close would you all be standing right now? Talk to me.
We'd probably all be in the same room, logically.
Yes, but how many feet apart? Where would you have pictured yourself? This is an open atrium, roughly 50 feet across, 50-foot radius, so 100-foot diameter.
I'm probably going to be within about 5, maybe 10 feet.
Then absolutely you could see a lot of things, and if you want to bit, like, we're going to have to talk rolls,
So
but
I'm thinking while
and-
Ronan's picking,
I want to show you what I'm taking.
while Ronan's picking the little dragon's pocket,
what you got?
Okay.
I'm thinking while Ronan's picking the little
Can I?
dragon's pocket.
I'll let you finish.
All right.
You wouldn't know. You can sense something, but you would not know what just happened. You didn't roll high enough.
Your particular thing, so that I know what it is.
Something happened, I can tell.
Yes, something did happen. He definitely rolled well above what your roll was. It's a contesting roll. Your insight versus his sleight of hand. Does that make sense? If you can notice that it went through
No,
your,
that was an in-character saying.
something
I
just
feel
happened.
like
No,
something.
you wouldn't even notice.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
you
like-
didn't
like-
feel him.
You did
Like at a 2 versus where he rolled, the fact of the matter is, that was like somebody gently bumped up to you, and the next thing you know, everything, including your underwear, is gone. Just because of the differential in numbers. So.
Yeah. You felt nothing.
Enchanter's tools.
Uh-huh. I'm just enjoying the
You can
drama.
read lips, you asshole.
I can't.
And so can you, but I've known that for decades.
Yeah, I'm not reading.
Extra.
Yeah,
Well,
you're looking
I
for.
have other thoughts. That's
You
why I'm
also
not-
know that I'm not going to let him lose an entire kit.
Yeah, but I also have other
All right,
thoughts.
so you can write minus
To be fair,
that
Maylene
piece
also
on
got
the character sheet before you hand it back, or if he hasn't written it.
I need to rate it. So let me see your
No,
character sheet.
there's a thing missing. Now, here's the thing. Until you, out of character, so you can't bring this into your character, but until you need your tools, okay, and would notice this is missing, what he lists on your character sheet is the -1, and this thing is missing. Now, in order to keep with what your character would know, what I need you to do as a responsible player is that until you actually have need of your enchanting tools, okay? You copying what I'm saying here?
Yes. I hear you.
Okay, well, I just wanted to make sure. Because I realize you're preoccupied with exactly. You see what I mean about flattening it out makes it easier now?
Yeah.
But with now, can you see what it says on there? It says it's -1 thing to your enchanting tools, correct?
Where would that be?
At the very bottom.
Right there.
Okay, you see what the minus is?
Yeah.
Until you use those tools, you as a character would not know that. You as a player would. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, can you please try and hold to that? I understand the differences between being in character and in game and metagaming.
Yep.
As you are a new player, I'd like to actually encourage the a bit capability of not metagaming.
Yep.
I do this to all these guys at
Yeah,
random.
no.
Yeah.
I think we've all been pickpocketed by Ronan at one point.
Except for Wisp, because Wisp jacked his pockets instead.
Yep.
To be square about it.
More than once.
Then could you please check my tools and give them back?
Yeah, but you wouldn't know they
You don't
were
You
know
wouldn't
that.
know.
You won't know that it's gone until you go to use your enchanting tools.
But actually, the funny thing
When
is,
would I be able to do that?
When you have a long rest and have
You have
time
a long
to do
rest
so.
and have time to sit.
You all are still capable of interacting during a long rest. You're just taking a long rest.
Yep.
all right. So, what I
It'll be a
wanted to
little
do was I wanted to roll for perception. I figured it'd be perception.
Okay.
But I
What
want
was
to
your
roll.
stealth? What was your roll stealth for me because you were trying to be slick about that?
So you want me to roll and stealth?
Yeah,
on
and
top
tell me
of
the
this?
number and make sure Wisp doesn't know, so I don't care if you have to write it on something.
But I wanted to roll to see if I could catch him picking the pocket.
Yeah, you can roll perception active for that.
I don't even. It's the white one. So I'm not even going to add my
No,
bonus.
I need you to add your bonus. Just in case.
Total. No, that's total.
For your stealth,
Yeah, my stealth is a
it's 12.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
I got a 25 on my perception.
Oh, you totally caught that shit. Not only did you catch that shit, but you caught it in such fluid motion that it allows everybody else to make a perception check to see if they saw it. That's what you get for that one, man.
So what I wanted
Own
to
them
do.
things because I do.
Roll a perception.
So what I wanted to do was I wanted to
What do I go
perceive
down
what
to?
he did, okay, and I
Right.
wanted to basically
18.
steal it back from him and give it back to the young dragon.
Okay, so I need somebody to make a random fucking announcement about shit that's going on while I go and whisper over into Pudgy's ears to what was exactly stolen and understand, and so that he can decide whether or not he wants to do that. So go for it, please.
In-game characters you want to put?
I mean, sure.
When are we gonna open this door without these idiots?
They're not idiots. They're my party.
They need to open the door. I'm getting bored.
Okay.
The only other
Oh,
ones
you're-
that aren't idiots are the other Dragonborn.
Ah, young grasshopper. So much to learn you have to do.
Yes, you're gonna learn so much. So much.
All right.
Love
so
you.
I'm gonna try and steal what he stole.
So
as,
is it going to be...
as he's stealing it? So before he takes and puts it away, I'm gonna.
All right, so that's
You only-
gonna have to be at a disadvantage. I'm gonna call it rogue. I'm sorry, but I got you.
So,
He's a
do
rogue.
I have
He
to
gets
Yeah,
a
but I'm saying, like,
superpower.
Do I
by the time
roll
he
an
takes
insight?
it,
Actually,
but I want to steal it when he pockets it. Like once he pockets it, so I want to steal it.
all right. So as he pockets it, you want to try and steal it.
Yeah, steal it back.
Roll perception for me. Roll perception for me.
Mine was a 25.
You're the target. I apologize. So please do not roll perception. You're allowed to roll
I
perception.
already did like 30 seconds ago.
Well, it doesn't count towards the game.
30, 20.
Dirty 20. Okay.
21.
We're playing button at this point. You guys know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got a 26 on my sleight of hand.
So now I have to roll insight.
No, what was your stealth to pocket it? 13, right?
Yeah, I
No.
saw it.
Yeah, my stealth was a 13, yeah.
Okay, so we saw it, so go ahead and roll your insight. Make this entertaining.
Nat 20.
Fuck.
Alright.
I had a 19 plus my 7.
Which, unfortunately, because of the house rules at this table,
Yep.
Fails
I
to a
don't
nat
steal.
20.
no, it's better than that because he nat 20'd it.
Okay.
So, Ronan, as you go to reach back into your pocket, instead of you drop it in your pocket, reach up and grab Wisp's wrist. And go.
No, bro. Nice try.
Hey,
And
sometimes it happens. And
you
sometimes
watch
it don't.
this whole like thing go down, and with your dirty
Huh?
20,
I'm always
I'm
you would
watching
totally
you.
see all of the interchanges and everything. And as a rogue, you're like, that was actually kind of slick. He almost pulled it off. Not to ignore your roll. And where were you on the rolling scale?
21.
21. And at 21, you basically got it.
I thought you told me to roll earlier, and I rolled an 18.
Can I smack
Yes,
him?
but that well exceeded
Can I
it.
smack him with like the flat side of my longsword?
Roll to hit. You're about to watch Ronan get smacked in the face.
That is a dirty 20.
You want to try and see chips?
I'll do the 1 point of bludgeoning from
Chips.
a backside slap.
Only one?
I know.
Yeah, because the sword's gonna do a little bit of damage no matter how you play it in the hands of a battle master. But instead of using it as a improvised
It's
weapon,
not-
I'm gonna say
It's not, it's bludgeoning damage, it's not slashing damage.
Yeah.
That's what I'll call it.
So it's just 1 point.
yeah. I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm just getting a point across.
Hey, a rogue's gonna rogue, okay?
I mean, if you would stop being an arrogant little prick, you'd not have it coming so much.
A rogue's gonna rogue.
I'm trying to get the computer to shut up because the computer's dumb!
I am smarter than you.
Shut up! Stop roasting
I
yourself.
have over 100 years of knowledge stored in my database.
Welcome to
I
my
am
club.
smarter than
More like
all
1,000
of
years
you.
of books.
Maybe
No.
besides one of us, I have the knowledge. I just need to unlock it.
Can I see your spell list real quick?
Oh yeah.
Technically.
My spells.
I have like 5 lifetimes worth
So
of
my
knowledge.
spell list is kind of like scattered amongst.
5.
Shit.
That's it! I want to push open this door already.
So there's my invocation.
I'm
so
done with
yeah,
this.
5 lifetimes at let's say 100 years of lifetime.
Alright, are you going to physically try?
I'm looking
Yes.
to see if you have silence.
Strength check.
I believe I do actually.
How do I do that?
Because that would be something.
Okay, you see the box above your skill list?
Yeah.
I have.
It's like, it would be directly to the right of your stats at the very
13
top.
plus 1.
So it's a plus
That's what
1.
I-
So
I
roll a
have fixed
d20
on there.
Mm.
and add 1 to it.
8, 9.
So you got a 9 on it.
You watch. Okay, so everybody in the room at this exact point would watch as this Dragonborn in robes reaches over, tired of all of y'all's
No.
bullshit.
Looks like not.
Is that a wrong description?
No, that is absolutely correct.
And starts trying to pry open the doors with his claws, getting this pulled apart, while you all are bickering amongst each other and stealing from yourselves.
Mhm.
And he's like, I'm done with this, and tries. And I'm sorry you don't take any damage, but you do break the tips of your claws off in the jam of the door with that roll.
Oof.
I used firebolt.
Wait, but
My dude.
To burn his
my
ass.
dude.
1, so what did the 13 be plus with the 7? I mean, the 9?
No, it would be the bonus from it, which is a +1.
The little number, not the big number.
But my strength is 13.
Yeah,
Which means
so
your
Which is
bonus
a +1.
which is a bonus of +1.
So that means you don't have enough strength to pull the door open.
It is a really sturdy adamantine door.
So
You
out of-
tried though. I'm not gonna let you take any damage with the roll you made, so you've got like the tips of your nails cracked when you tried. But you're like hard straining, trying.
Come on! Ow! Son of a gun!
Now you got it. You all would hear all this grumbling, by the way.
Ow!
Ace, out of character, okay? If you were like a fighter or a barbarian, you would be able to open the door pretty much easily.
Yeah.
Because you're a spellcaster or a magic user,
It's the
your
trade-off.
strength is a lot lower.
Well, if anybody would talk to the person that's investigated the door.
What you roll?
Can you help?
I can give you some information.
Please.
It is a magically locked door. You're probably not going to be able to get through it through brute strength alone. You're going to need to use some sort of spell to manipulate the door in some way.
Gideon?
How am I supposed to be able to... Gideon, do you know how to open this door with my magic?
No.
Gideon?
Capabilities not assessed.
Friend? Would you be capable of casting knock on this door?
No. Casting capabilities non-existent.
Oof. Would you be capable of opening this door?
No.
Is this door trapped?
Plausibly.
To your knowledge?
No.
Alright.
To my knowledge, knowing the person that built the tower, 9 times out of 10, yeah, it's gonna be trapped. Badly.
And now you see why
Like
I
a
meant
lot
what I
of
meant by
stuff.
it's okay if people
Agreed.
have the thing now.
So I would say we gotta do this delicately and do it precisely, or else we all go boom boom.
Can I try?
Yes.
Can I try
Agreed.
to find my
Confirmed.
stuff? Can I try to find my stuff that I got
Yeah.
pickpocketed because I'm trying to try to
Are you trying to use those particular
Yes.
tools to enchant what?
her armor,
For
what?
Why?
extra strength,
Why?
so that she can open the door.
Won't matter.
Armor doesn't
Yeah.
increase your strength, it increases how much damage you can take.
You would actively know that, so not worth your time.
Bro, wait.
That would
I
be
could
what.
do-
Okay.
I can still help you
Wait.
guys, making it so that you guys
Hey.
don't take damage though.
Trying to make a reason to use your equipment so that you can notice the thing is what we would call metagaming.
Yeah.
Until it's actually active notice. You, with the face and the insanity. What are you doing through all this, by the way?
I'm just watching
Why?
because I don't know what's happening, so I'm gonna wait and find out what's happening.
We're trying to get the door
Our
open.
character is watching in curiosity to see what's gonna happen next.
Like it. We'll go with it. We'll call that canon.
Drink it.
Coffee.
Coffee or Code Red?
That's I had cooked in there. I accidentally took that thinking it was mine.
Hey,
Thomas's was
computer.
Huh?
cool. Thomas's was cool. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm saying Thomas is with the blood orange.
Computer!
Gideon. It's not a computer. Computers
Could
don't
you
exist
help?
yet.
Please.
Sweetheart, Gideon has already explained that they are incapable. Now,
Can it
I would like
try?
to take a gentle but firm attempt at opening the door.
Okay.
As though I'm a friend, but I'm aware of how heavy it is, you know? I'm not too worried about it opening. I'm trying to bring like an attitude of like, it's a door. I'm gonna open it. It's fine. And I'm gonna give it a firm pull.
You. Did you grant access? I don't remember.
No.
Cool. So you're gonna try and firmly pry the door open?
Nope, just I'm gonna grab it by anything that looks
It's
like
it's a seam in an archway.
Okay, so it would open this way.
Or
Can
or
I try
down
to
or
help
up.
her?
Just giving it a solid like,
Can I try to help
it
her?
wants to move.
Can I try to help her?
I'm not gonna fuck myself up trying to open this door. Gideon, permission to enter?
access not available under current functions.
Wisp, Can the almighty voice thing give me permission to enter?
Gideon, please open the door.
Incapable.
Could you maybe ask it to unlock the door? How about that?
I mean,
I
try.
don't think this is even gonna
Hush!
help. I don't care.
Gideon,
Don't threaten me with your pretty wingspan.
Gideon, can you unlock the door?
Plausibly. Access codes required.
09016.
Countdown initiated.
What?
Nope, I'm out. Kalora
What's all the
legitimately.
hell? What the hell?
Kalora legitimately.
I will allow people to have the reaction bonus to shove their hand over someone's mouth.
Nope. Kalora's just gonna walk outside and wait for all hell to break loose.
I'm going with Kalora.
I'm gonna.
You're allowed the reaction dex check.
I'm going with Kalora.
Can I use my bonus action hide to see if I can get out of the way?
We're
a
in this
little bit?
situation because of you.
Try.
I went with Kalora.
Just hide behind
I'm
anything,
leaving
stealth
you all
behind
behind.
anything that's in the room.
Okay,
Try.
do you see what everybody else is reacting by? Like,
He's walking away with Kalora. I want to shoot a firebolt at him.
roll the hit.
I am not going to impose disadvantage this time.
So what?
I'm imposing spoiled brat.
Right?
No, look at my lab.
Push your deck.
Nice.
Or no, push your spell attack.
Then I have to roll
You were
From the back.
spoiled
Protection.
DM's cat.
Right there.
don't I have to roll protection?
It should be up here. Isn't the spell attack for you still get that wrote down. She hasn't wrote
Yeah,
it down.
no.
So is
What's
it
the numbers? What's the intelligence bonus?
I was gonna say intelligence.
Intelligence plus proficiency.
So plus 5 total. So 9 plus 5 is 14
14?
to hit. What's your AC, bud?
15.
So that's a miss.
Ooh, no. A firebolt goes flying over your shoulder as you say this. Apparently, you done went and irritated someone. You've come to realize that the people who you apparently work for, and by the way, they do pay your salary,
Yeah. The money you get's our money.
particularly the birds. Because she insisted everybody be paid. Because she's very anti-slavery.
Yes. Seen too much of that shit with my family. It's part of why I'm trying to erase them from existence.
And kill yourself in the process?
Eventually, yes.
I will
She seems
stop
quite cheery about this.
you. I will stop you.
Tiamat, darling.
Oh, I thought you'd never notice me.
Oh, honey, I've been paying attention to you the whole time.
Fuck
Like
you,
I'd lose
pay
tr-
me.
Like
Keep
I lose track
Tiamat
of my
out of
scaly
this.
bitch.
She looks at you and goes,
Like I'd lose track of my scaly bitch.
I do not care even about Tiamat. I don't care right now.
My
I'm
good
trying
lady,
to-
I'm going to get out of the way.
I'm trying to get out of here. This
Anybody-
place
Nope,
blows.
nope. Kalora starts like
you all would actively see Kalora hearing this little Dragonborn look at Tiamat and say, I don't even care about the scaly bitch. After everything you know about this avatar.
Uh-huh. Nope, Kalora nopes the fuck out.
And Kalora goes arms up in the air like, nope, 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 nope.
Look, I'll
I'm
make
gonna
fun of
try
you,
to
but I
run
ain't
off.
that stupid.
I'm gonna try to run.
So
I thought you didn't care about the scaly bitch.
is there
I'm
anything
scared
in
now.
the room that's gonna give me like an idea of what the code would be?
And I'm trying to run before.
The
I'm trying
scaly
to
bitch is
run.
a goddess.
I am trying to run before the place
you.
blows
You're
up.
welcome.
Oh, I'm still
Appreciate
noping
you.
outside. You're free to come along.
23.
That'll just give her room to take on her real form.
You would notice that the house is covered in runes. Like the door itself is covered in runic markings.
Okay.
with that, you would also notice, with your perception, you would notice that there are runic markings that are similar in style for each quadrant of the door,
Okay.
of this set of doors more accurately.
Alright.
So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4 bisected and half through the middle unseen.
Okay.
You would also quite accurately notice that each one is different, and there are markings that seem like they should match, but you're not sure why. Go ahead and roll an Arcana check for me. You know those more complex rolls, this is where you stack some shit.
27.
Oh, thank you for making it easy. Very quickly, based solely off of what your rolls are, you're able to match that the way that it reads out if you were to open the door properly would be to basically in Draconic
You can't
Okay.
run from this.
recite
I'm going.
a particular set of lines.
Alright.
The top left would read, "The mother once born, now devoured."
Okay.
Then you would have to actually follow it according to what your fucked off ass high roll was. Like legit, that's the only reason you're getting all of this is 27.
Okay.
The bottom right hand would go to, "The father was buried long ago."
Okay.
Then it proceeds, and the line of energy that you would actually perceive through Arcana would go to the bottom left that says something about the sun of creation is set to fire.
Okay.
And then into the top right it says the daughter of creation left to glow.
Okay.
And that is the line of magic that goes through the miscellaneous.
Okay.
So there's either an A option to possibly open it if you can figure out what energy you need to zap the door with.
Can I use comprehend languages to?
Oh, you fully comprehend this. You're
Okay.
like hands down.
Yeah.
You understand that's all it says,
All right.
but it's a riddle.
Okay.
The fact is that you would have enough insight from where you just rolled
Yeah.
to know that you just need to figure out the right element to zap the top left corner with, and then how to continue the chain so that it does everything, including burn that bottom left.
Okay.
So, be it spitting on it, blowing on it, setting it on fire, or throwing dirt at it.
Okay.
That is what you know as a character.
Okay.
You just have to hit the proper order based off of the riddle I just gave you.
Okay.
I've been busy
we're
while I looked spaced out gaming.
I was just saying we're fucked because I only heard part of the riddle between the argument between the two characters.
I heard some of it, but
Well, I suggest that people talk.
Yeah.
Out of character if necessary.
My young.
Hey, you too, because I know you were paying attention to some degree.
You're gonna get yourself killed.
So
I
Your
really
first-
don't
your
care
brother
right now.
was
The only
like
thing I
mother
care about is
something?
getting out of
yeah,
here
it was
before
mother,
we all
father,
blow
son,
up.
and daughter
Well, we're out. You and I are outside safe.
on
Alright.
the 4 different parts.
Okay, and I'd
so
rather
nobody-
run in there and try
But
to
did
find
you
the
see
artificial
the
intelligence and
energy?
save that too.
I'm pretty
You're
sure
not gonna
it
get to
said
the
the sun is set ablaze
Okay.
or something.
You're not
like
gonna
I
that.
said
So
I
I'm pretty
didn't
sure
care
that's the
about
fire
it, but I
element.
actually
Alright,
kind of do.
so
It's
sun's
been helping
fire.
us.
You're not gonna get to it.
I need to.
You can't.
The mother
Safety.
think they said something about
You're
a
clearly not smart enough to get
whisper, but I'm
through
not
5
sure.
minutes of conversation without running your mouth. You will
That
not
would be
smart
like
enough to
wind.
get
Yeah.
through an entire castle full of traps and tricks.
anything else?
The daughter
Now.
said a glow.
Am I able
Yeah.
to roll to have a
so
memorization
that
of
could
the map?
be water, because water
No.
reflects.
You didn't see the map.
True. Could be water, but
Because there is also such thing as bioluminescent water with plankton.
Daddy, sweet girl.
yeah.
So it could be, glowing water.
Okay. And then next, what do you think the last one is?
Well, that would by ruling everything else out, that'd leave dirt with the father.
Okay.
If
Has
I-
everybody came to an understanding?
No.
Do we have a verdict?
We're outside. I'm
Yes.
scolding.
You would actually be pulled in for this after your scolding?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Talk
Leave
to your
me.
party members.
I'll chill.
So are you and I on this, Ronan? We're gonna try and open this door.
Yeah.
Okay,
hope we don't go
Laura,
wrong because
no
we might
insight or
die.
perception required. You just heard Wisp and Ronan talk about we're on eye to eye about opening a door. How do you feel about this?
Fucking finally!
I'm going in to help.
I'm gonna use
I'll give you a help
intimidation
action.
on the little one and just be like, stay out of it.
Roll for it. Roll Constitution save. You're a sorcerer, so this could be fucked up.
9 plus 4, that is 13.
Cool.
23.
Oh yeah, that cat person drops a bone skull mask over their face. The jaw unhinges, and you swear the eyes glow as they look at you and say, "Stay."
You are intimidated into staying. You were outrolled.
By far.
Just be glad I'm not making you use the bathroom.
Fine.
Do you actually say that
Yeah, I'm gonna.
as
say,
you walk away?
Yeah, as I walk away, I'm gonna say, be glad I didn't make you use the bathroom.
They're not good people.
Yeah, I will be.
It has come to your understanding that you are not employed by good people. By the way,
I'm
speaking of
okay,
not
so-
employed by good people, what are you doing?
I mean, pretty much standing by Wisp and Ronan at this point.
Doing what? What are you? How are you interrogating? What are you adding to the conversation here? You have a character, an autonomy, and an individuality in your own thoughts and being on this, right?
Yep.
Voice them.
So did you hear the riddle? Did we have it right?
Yeah,
What is your
it
opinion?
was really good.
You have one. Use it.
Is it bothering you? Okay.
I
Just
mean,
say
how
if you
many
want it.
chances do we have to crack it? That's the question.
It's fine.
Knowing Necro Barbie, probably one.
So let's use it wisely.
That's why I'm asking to make sure we got it correct. Because if we're off by even one element, we're fucked.
To a degree.
What would it be if we rolled to try and figure it out? Would it be performance or?
Wouldn't be performance. It would be either insight or investigation, depending on what your wording is on how you do it. So let's hear it.
Well, both of mine are shit.
Well, that's a personal problem.
Right.
That's a you problem,
Mine-
not a me problem.
So I'm pretty sure your investigation or insight's probably high. My Arcana's pretty high.
My Arcana's high. My acrobatics is pretty high. Deception.
Okay, look, I'm just saying.
Investigation.
Insight and investigation.
Insight
Okay.
plus
My
1,
investigation's a
investigation
plus
plus
6.
1.
Okay, so then roll for your investigation and shit, and I'll roll for Arcana and see if the elements match up. It's logical.
So yeah,
Can I go exploring?
I want to investigate it and
Let
see
other
if I
people have their
can
turns in game.
reread the.
That's
the-
what that initiative.
I want to do the investigation and see if I can reread the.
Can you read Draconic?
I have comprehend languages,
So yes.
Alright.
so I would cast that at level 1 and read what was on the door and see if I can confirm our suspicion. So do I have to roll just the investigation then?
Correct.
My Arcana was a 30.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
30, 20, and a 30. So on your investigation, you would definitely see the order that needs to be there, and you're relatively certain it's accurate. On your Dirty 30, much like buying Dirty 30s from a Budweiser factory, you're dead spot on. The order of the elements is accurate.
Alright.
You all did manage to figure that one out.
Alright.
You could totally blow that if you rolled bad, but for obvious reasons.
So my question is, does anybody besides me have bioluminescent water?
No.
No, but I have flaming sphere that I can cast on the fire part, so I can set the blaze.
Speaking of which, I need you to roll a fucking Arcana check. Wait, no, you know what it is, so I need you to roll an insight check on that one, just to see what you. I'm sorry.
Got a 19 on insight then.
Okay, that's high enough. Don't worry about it.
I was like, damn, Arcana check. That would have been nice because that would have been 32, but no.
Okay, on an insight at a 19, here's what you know. You know that while that particular flask that you're referring to would not be good on its own, mixing a portion of it with water would most definitely accomplish the need.
Okay.
The fact of the matter is, you're kind of relieved about that a little bit because you realize that's the fastest way to zero in on that particular target.
Okay. I'm gonna use a little bit of water and mix it with the bioluminescent liquid that I have to make. I'm gonna do it on that particular part of the door, and then that way I'm not using all of my bioluminescence in that vial.
Hey, dead body.
Hey,
Poke the body, please.
it's awake.
What you doing, and nobody can see you.
Yep, you're falling off the screen again.
So,
Migraine.
I understand.
Monthly.
All right. So, what are you doing, Gary?
I'm just gonna follow them and just.
What you might have missed is that he is mixing some bioluminescent gel stuff with some water and applying it to the door.
Has kind of the consistency of boogers, like the liquidy kind, not the solid ones.
Yeah. I already know what it is. I got told earlier when I did an insight roll on it.
Yeah, but that's your business. Nobody else's.
Yeah.
I think I'm the only other one that knows because I was the one that.
But that's out of character knowledge, and we don't talk about that.
Yeah, nobody gave me, damn it. Anyway, moving forward.
No, I feel like knew in character because I investigated it when we first got it from the room and found it, and that's when we found out.
You actually
No.
rolled low on that one. That was a conversation we had outside before you got back.
Yep.
Stop voting, Jamie. Anywho, so I guess we're gonna take and put all these different elements on the door, and now it's up to the door.
What order?
The exact order that we know to put it in.
So it went upper
That's it. I
left.
stopped paying attention 5 minutes ago.
So it
son.
went upper left, bottom right, upper right, bottom
Yeah,
left.
bottom left.
So we have to do it in that order. So it would go wind first,
Yep.
How you getting wind?
blow on it.
Who?
I'm gonna let Rowan blow on.
No,
let me come.
I'm gonna cast Gust of Wind.
You're intimidated. You can't.
He can do whatever he wants.
He has to stay. He can't get closer
No,
to the
he
door.
can't get closer to you.
Oh, okay, well, I'm closer to the door.
Oh, that's problematic.
I'm just gonna cast Gust of Wind.
All right, roll a hit. She misses. You're fucked.
27.
That definitely hits.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, man, fuck.
I have Wind Color. I can cast Gust of Wind at will.
Yeah.
Can I go explore around a bit?
Not yet.
Dang.
Technically, yes.
So that was the first one. Then it was the
Fire.
father,
Yeah, or
And
father, which was the dirt.
which is the dirt in the bottom right. So just throw some dirt on it from the ground.
Okay.
Who?
Who's
Who's
throwing
chucking pebbles and mud? You're chucking pebbles and mud? Roll the hit, you get your dex bonus to this. So if you miss as a rogue, I'm gonna laugh at you. Oh, that definitely hits. It's a door. Like I said, if you'd have to roll like a 5 or lower, so if you miss, I'd laugh at you. But, okay, so you watch first the wind hits it with the gust of wind from Calora, blowing some people out of the way if they were between point A and point B, no damage. It's a gust of wind spell. It doesn't do damage at all. It just shoves. Now, if you happen to be shoved off a cliff,
That's
well, falling does the damage, and the sudden stop at the end always sucks.
and technically it's not falling off the cliff that kills you, it's the sudden stopping at the ground that does.
Only if you fall from a far enough height.
True. But if it's a cliff,
No.
then obviously there's some height.
More to the point.
Alright.
As you watch as Sabrenda, like this rogue that y'all just picked up, she picks up a handful of dirt, spits in it to make sure it'll stick, shrugs, and flings it at the door with the complete lack of engagement that you currently have on your face. You're welcome.
Whatever.
And it just kind of looks at it like, would you guys quit fucking arguing and just do the thing? Did I miss anything on that?
No.
Thank you.
So the next would be,
The father, which is the upper right,
yeah.
which is the water, glowing water.
Alright. Obviously, I'm going to take
Or the
the word on
sun.
there.
Yeah. So dump that on there.
You watch as it lights up. It's almost like you hear some sort of mechanism starting to turn at that point. Some gears grinding against each other. Stone on stone. More like two grindstones milling together, a soft sandstone against sandstone. As something shifts and you see dust settle around the door at number 4.
Which would be the flame.
The fire.
Yep, and that would be me. I want to cast firebolt at that last part of the door to set it on fire.
And as the last part hits, you watch as a string of flame catches from the firebolt, goes down around, outlines all of the figures and miscellaneous parts of the door, all of the filigrees. A popping sound happens. The sides seem to shift, and the door sections off at 45-degree angles backwards from this standard archway.
Yeah.
So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 along each of the 4 elemental lines.
Okay.
And it's open?
Yeah, it's open at that point. What you all do from there is your business.
Is it a dark room? Is it...
There's no light.
Okay, so I technically could probably be the only one who can see in there.
No, I have dark vision.
So do I.
How many feet?
I think it's about the same.
I was gonna say, yeah, I also have dark vision, and I think I had, no, that was my
I have full color 90 feet.
I think mine's like 60 feet of dark,
Yeah. Oh, there's my pencil. What's one of them?
something like that.
Give me 1 second.
There's cotton behind your ear.
I don't know, dark
Probably
vision would
is.
be a feature.
So I could see.
Yeah, dark vision just comes as a feature. You usually get them from fey creatures and creatures that dwell underground. As an artificer, you might have dark vision. That'd be something to check out in the book. So I have that book in my thing. Let's see if you have dark vision. I can pull it up real quick.
What's the race?
Artificer.
No, not this class, the race.
Oh, go back to your race. She is a shifter. I'm pretty sure the shifters have dark vision.
Low light vision at least to 30 feet.
Yeah. So I can see something.
You can see up to 30 feet. You can see up to your movement. So as far in front of you as you can see, that's how far in front of you you can move.
Yeah, a lot of D&D is just waiting. And it's okay, you're gonna learn to get cozy with it.
Yeah.
It's okay,
By
I
paying
get
attention to
bored
what
from
other
resistance.
people are doing.
Comfy
Just so
couch.
you know, it is 7:30.
Uh-huh. Everybody on a time scale?
Oh, I've got little ones.
And I know she has work tomorrow. She has to be to work at 8.
Okay. Alright, so
Here. Oh, it's the phone.
the door's
Yes.
cracked.
It will.
The door's cracked. How is everybody feeling as far as this being a good stopping point? as
This
it's
is a good
opening?
stopping
I think
point.
this would be a good
Yeah, I think it's a good stopping
Alright,
point.
because
We're
then
at
from
a-
there, when Thomas gets back next week, I can tell him that he heard the door crack and open. Heard Creve call out that it's open, or call out that he found a door, all of that while being pissed off and storming away.
Yeah.
And it'll work, and it seems like some people is tired.
Well, you also
Yeah.
have Alewood next week, right?
Yes.
Which gives us 2 weeks of space.
Yep.